Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say this. Welcome back to the TownNation Podcast. You may be watching through YouTube right now, and we are actually distributed across because we are now on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, iTunes. Go anywhere where you can get music and you will be able to find the TownNation Podcast on there. So now you can download the TownNation Podcast and listen to our three, I was going to say beautiful voices, but yeah, that's not right, on the go. But I am going to introduce my co-host. First off, as always, it's my very good friend and the 10-time world champion, the GOAT, Tyler Kellar. How are you doing today?
Oh man, today is a good day, minus the PlayStation, networks, but other than that, man, life has been beautiful. That's all I can say.
That's good to hear, and we might talk about that later on. And my second co-host here today, Mr. Sniper Bro, also known as Luke Paterson. How are you doing today?
This has been quite a stressful day, as you know, for more than one reason. Obviously, the PSN server is going down, but more things than that as well. But I've been excited to do the TownNation Podcast again after so long. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? And I will say, it is now midnight in the UK. And we planned to record this shit about an hour and a half ago. So, PSN completely fucked us over. But, and if you don't like cursing, tough. But let's get into the topics. We've got two specific superstars, two specific companies. We've got NBA, the Superbowl to talk about, and so much more. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into the first topic, which is all about Dean Ambrose and WWE. So recently, over the past week or two, there has been reports coming out and WWE officially confirming, which they never do, that Dean Ambrose will indeed not renew his contract once it expired in April, and he will be leaving the WWE. Now, WWE never release anything to do with contracts usually, so this is very interesting. Firstly, let's go around. Do you think it's a work? Do you think it's a shoot? Or is it actually real? Let's start with Kellar.
To be honest, I have no idea. But I will go out on a limb and say it's a work because you never see WWE come out with stuff like this saying that a superstar is not going to re-sign with them. When is the last time they've done that? They've never done that, from what I can remember or recall. Now maybe in the other aspect, maybe it's not a work, and maybe they respectfully both talked it out, and this is what Dean wants and that. But I don't see that happening. It doesn't make any sense for Dean to be gone and everything, to be honest. I think it's a work, in my point of view.
Interesting. I can see where you're coming from. Luke, what's your opinion?
Again, I'm in two minds about this, but I'm leaning more towards a work because, like Tyler said, they never do this. No matter how much of a big of a name the person is, they've never done this before, as much as I recall. So, based on that, I'm leaning towards a work. But if it is real, to be honest, I don't really blame Ambrose for wanting to get the hell out of there, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I agree with WWE usually not letting this out of the bag. So I'm leaning towards it being a work. It's a very unusual situation I think we're in right now. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see how it plays out. But with Dean Ambrose leaving, could that potentially lead to other superstars leaving? There has been all sorts of rumours flying around, most of which I am not believing, because I think dirt sheets and news sites nowadays are just spreading false rumours, and they just do it for the views and the money, really. But can you actually see anybody else leaving WWE like Dean Ambrose looks to be doing if it is true? Let's start with Luke this time.
Right at the top of my head, the Revival. We know how passionate they are about tag team wrestling, and they are even, talking about it on social media, hinting at it multiple times that they're thinking about leaving and about how WWE is making it a disgrace to tag team wrestling, which is kind of true. So I would not be surprised if the Revival up and left.
No.
Another one in my mind is Shinsuke Nakamura. Especially ever since he dropped his United States Championship to R-Truth. I just feel like the only reason why they gave Shinsuke Nakamura the US Championship back in the first place at the Royal Rumble was try and make him stay. And then I feel like Shinsuke Nakamura said, no, I'm leaving regardless, so they took it right back off him.
Mm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he left too.
No, that's a very interesting theory, actually. It's an interesting theory. I mean, Shinsuke is one of the guys that has been rumoured to leave, so it's going to be interesting. Do you see anybody else, Tyler?
Well, let me just say this. With some notifications and some people I watched, I legit saw names of Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. Who would believe those two are going to them?
Exactly.
Randy Orton is WWE for life. Brock Lesnar is the same way because him and Vince have a good relationship.
The only place Brock Lesnar might go is UFC. That's it. No other wrestling company.
Why in the fuck would Brock Lesnar go to AEW? Now, it's nothing towards them, but why would Brock do that? It just doesn't make no sense for Brock at all. No. Doesn't make no sense for Orton. Now, the Revival, yes, easily. Nakamura, I don't know yet. I could see it easily, but I don't know about that yet. I don't know if there will be any other names that will be, but some that I would like. Man, I've said it on the podcast before. I've said it off streams and off podcasts before. Tyler Breeze is so damn talented. I could see him thriving in this if he decided to leave. Tyler Breeze is one of the most underrated talents that don't get used as often as it should.
I mean, I remember us having a conversation in the past, it might have been on a podcast actually, where Tyler Breeze was in your favourite match that you've ever seen.
Him and Dolph Ziggler was one of my, probably legit, watching stuff live, as matches, and one main event was Chris Jericho and AJ Styles versus The New Day, which they both had good connection with each other. I'll pick Ziggler and Tyler Breeze at a live event, to say the least. At a live event over that, because Breeze and Ziggler knew each other good, and they wanted to put on a show. And it was in a small city. It's not in a big city. That's crazy that they would do that. That just shows me a lot about Tyler Breeze, and it's the same way with Ziggler. I mean, it shows Ziggler, but for me, watching Tyler Breeze I don't know, he's just, for me, I'm really high on Tyler Breeze, but they just do not use him to the ability they should, that's the same case for a lot of the guys.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, and I mean, the recent match that Tyler Breeze had with Ricochet, I'll always back on that. That was absolutely bloody brilliant, to be honest. I loved that match. And again, it gave me vibes of Tyler Breeze in NXT. Back to his Prince Pretty glory days, as I like to call it. I think that was an excellent match, and it really showed what Tyler Breeze could do then. He's still got it. I just think WWE, especially on the main roster, don't utilize it. And that's the issue with, as Tyler said, with a lot of the guys. Anybody else flying around in your mind?
Honestly, two people I could see because they have not been using WWE since being brought up is the Ascension. I could see them going as a tag team.
Interesting.
Honestly, because maybe that would help their careers, and honestly, it probably would.
I can see that.
Honest.
I didn't think that one. That's a good shout. One person.
Honestly, it just came. Go ahead.
One person that I think is honestly trying to get fired from WWE just so we could go to AEW is Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger, yep.
Just some of the stuff he's posting on social media, on his Twitter account, and he does not give two flying fucks, to be honest, about what he posts. He will straight up shoot on WWE. So I think he's purposely trying to get fired.
In fact, he's tweeted on Twitter that he's admitted that he's been trying to get back to NXT.
I don't blame him either.
Nope.
Because it helped out, overall in the prospect minus injuries, it helped out Emma when she went back. So why can't Ty Dillinger? I swear Apollo Crews could need it a lot too. Yep, I'd love to see Tyler Breeze back in it if he don't leave WWE. Man, I'd love to see him back in NXT working with those guys and actually becoming a damn champion.
That'd be fantastic. I mean, imagine. Right. The thing is, with people leaving WWE and possibly going to AEW, you've already got Pac there. You've already got Chris Jericho. You've now got Kenny Omega, which we'll move on to in a second. If these guys leave, could you still see people like Ty Dillinger, Apollo, The Ascension, being used to the fullest in a main event scene when you've got people like Chris Jericho, Pac, and Kenny Omega there?
I mean, maybe not main event scene, but they will definitely be used way better, and they will be presented in a way that is very much respected. I believe. Honestly, okay, one last thing. I think, because I'm big on Tyler Breeze, I think I could see him in close to a main event thing with those guys. I could see him being close.
Yeah. Out of the three, I could see Tyler Breeze thriving in that role. So I will agree with that. Luke, what's your opinion?
I agree. I could see all of those guys thriving in AEW, especially Tyler Breeze. Like Tyler said, maybe not main event scene. Tyler may be close, but they would get used a hell of a lot more than they do in WWE.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So, yeah, I think in the long run, that's more beneficial to their careers.
It seems to be. And it's just a waiting game now. Wait till the contracts expire, see what people do. Are people going to leave WWE? Even ROH and places like that, are people going to leave that company to go to AEW? And it's quite a nice transition, because the next topic is about Kenny Omega. And it got revealed, I think it was yesterday, that Kenny Omega is officially signed to All Elite Wrestling. But, and this is very important, because in my opinion, this is huge. As part of his contract, not only can he wrestle in AEW, but he can wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, what do you make of him taking up the AEW offer and him being able to wrestle for New Japan instead of going to WWE? Let's start with Luke.
Alright, after finding out that he's going to be able to wrestle in New Japan as well as AEW, I'm not surprised he turned down the WWE offer. He doesn't need it. going to be wrestling in New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Elite Wrestling, two of the biggest companies in the world. All Elite Wrestling will definitely be one of them. Like, apart from WWE, those two will be the biggest companies in the world. So, he's going to be getting the money. He doesn't need to go to WWE to get money.
Mm.
So, I'm not shocked at all that he turned down the WWE offer after that.
Certainly. Tyler, your opinion?
Yeah, I did not know his thing was, he could do New Japan also, so hearing that, I'd say the same thing as Luke. I'm not surprised at all that he turned it down then, because that gives him the right to, hey, I can go, do New Japan, and then when, AEW, when that comes around and all that stuff, I can do that too. It basically helps him just, he just has more freedom, and still, you don't know how much freedom he was going to get with WWE. Now, you would think he would have a lot of freedom and everything with him coming in if he did, but I'm not surprised by this. I don't know what else to say about it, but I'm just honestly not too surprised that he did that route.
No, it makes sense. Let's put it this way. If AEW didn't put the offer for him to wrestle in New Japan, would you have a different opinion about it?
Good question.
I might have a little different opinion, to be honest.
Okay.
Because, it's going, it's going to a, new promotion that is probably going to do good, but you're not certain about it. So, but with WWE, he would make that. It's hard, but I would not be surprised. Now, if it was only AEW and he could only wrestle there, I wouldn't be surprised that he'd pick that over WWE either. That's one thing I'm certain on.
Okay. Luke?
I feel like maybe, just maybe, he would have stayed with AEW even without the New Japan offer, because I feel like he is more focused on changing the world with All Elite Wrestling rather than going to WWE. Because he has said in previous interviews that he wants to be the guy that has made it to the big time without going to WWE.
Yeah.
So, I feel like he's taking that to heart. With All Elite Wrestling.
Hey, Luke, do you ever see him being in WWE, though?
At some point...
Honestly, go ahead.
At some point, yes, but I think it'll be like AJ Styles Nakamura towards the end of his career. Because in my opinion, he can still go for at least a decade. At least. He's still got years left in him yet. So I think he's going to do All Elite Wrestling and New Japan, and then I think he might jump ship to WWE towards the end of his career just to say, I've done it.
Yeah, I agree with Haydn. I think he's going to focus on his goals with All Elite Wrestling, change the world with that, and then once that's done, and All Elite Wrestling doesn't need him anymore, he can go over to WWE. That's what I feel like.
I think I agree with you guys. I think he'll be like a late WWE person, just like Shinsuke and AJ were. But I could also see him being one of those people that actually does not do it, like does not go to WWE. I could really see that, to be honest.
Look at that.
It's 50-50 at this point, isn't it? Especially because we all know now that he signed a contract with AEW to allow him to wrestle also in New Japan. Because not many promotions, if any, allow you to wrestle for two of the biggest companies in the world. That'd be like WWE giving up, I don't know, let's use AJ Styles for example. when AJ Styles jumped ship from TNA to WWE, let's say, that would be like WWE saying, oh yeah, we'll sign you up, but you can also wrestle in TNA. You know, it's literally like that with Kenny Omega. So I see it as a absolutely huge thing. And it's great to see, but I wasn't expecting it to be in his contract, but now it is. I think he's going to stick it out. But we'll see where it leads to. We'll see whether he makes it to WWE at all. All we can do is wait. But at least we can look back on episode number 25, I'm going to guess, of the TownNation Podcast and say we was right or we was wrong. But up next, I'm going to hand it over to Tyler because there has been a lot going on with the Super Bowl, the deadline for the NBA draft coming up, all sorts of things, so take it away.
With the trade line with the NBA, oh my God, a lot of trades. I'm not going to talk about all of them because I'd be here talking about it for about 10 or 15 minutes or probably even more. But teams that I like that did trades, Philadelphia, they made that starting five even better. I mean, Milwaukee did a good pickup. All the good teams in the East did it almost like a good pickup. And it's crazy because if you watch the NBA, most of the time you're like, oh, a team out of the West is always going to win or something like that. The teams in the East, from seed number 1 to 4, are even with the West. And I think this is the first time I've been able to say that and able to just think that for I don't know when the last time that was. It's kind of unreal because the NBA overall, the teams are so good overall, from top to bottom, with several teams. But so many trades, and of course, since I am a Dallas Maverick fan, I should say, I almost messed that up. But we did a big trade, and we got Mr. Porzingis from the New York Knicks, and man, he's a young player. He's a great player, and I'm excited to see him, and I'm excited to, in the future on my channel, do a unboxing of a jersey or something of his because I think he's going to be there for a long time. But talk about the Super Bowl, the biggest game in the NFL and everything. No offense at all. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think I've seen a Super Bowl in a while with a lot of no offense. But Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, does it again and gets number 6. That's all I've got to say about that. And the Super Bowl commercials, you know what? It was there's a few good ones, and that's about it. But the best one had to be that NFL 100. I don't know what it was called, but that was by far probably one of the best commercials I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. But that's all. Tom Brady, the greatest of all time. And if you disagree with that, well, no one cares. I don't care about that.
But that is quite a nice transition because I've just thought of a topic actually. Halftime heat.
Yes.
So, have you seen it, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I watched it during the halftime show.
Sick.
I watched Adam Levine, Maroon 5 boy, and Adam Levine. That man is a vocalist.
But halftime heat.
Try talking about Travis Scott.
The 6-man tag team match with, hang on a minute, Ricochet, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, and Tommaso Ciampa. Yes, they was on different teams. Yes, I get it. It's just, they was in the top of my head. But that 6-man tag team match could quite possibly be right up there with one of the greatest NXT matches. That match was absolutely fucking phenomenal. And the spots during that was insane. Honestly, if you had to rate it out of 10, what would it be, and what was your overall thoughts? Let's go with Kellar to start.
It was a really, really good match. I knew it was going to be a good match, but damn, man, they made me proud. Like, all 6 of them competitors made me proud. 1 out of 10, and if you don't at least give it a 7.5, Matt, like, I understand maybe the 7s. No, I really don't, but it's got to be at least a 7 or above. It's got to be, if you rate this match. And I'm going to rate it probably I'm not going to say 10, because, I think we could have seen maybe, a few more other stuff, but I'm going to go with a 9 on this. It was absolutely fantastic action, and I don't know if you could have picked out 6 other better NXT competitors to do it with. Anyways, honestly, I really don't know if you could, but it was amazing to watch, and I was really watching both at the same time, but I was more intrigued because with the halftime heat, of course, because the match was so good.
Yeah. Okay, Luke.
Oh God, here we go. With those 6 guys, like Tyler said, I was extremely proud of them at the end of the match. Like, I knew the match was going to be good, but that just blew, my expectations out of the water. I don't think I have ever marked out so much during a match in ages. The spots was incredible. The Panama Sunrise coming back. The DIY meet in the middle with Adam Cole involved was phenomenal. The Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black, and Ricochet spot where they did their taunts off the ropes at the same time.
The flippy dippy shit.
Yeah. Just from start to finish, non-stop, phenomenal, fast-paced, exciting action. And you really can't expect anything less from those 6 guys in NXT. 6 of the best in NXT, and if those 6 guys are the future for WWE, then the WWE are in good hands if they get used right.
Certainly. What rating would you get?
With the rating, it's up there. I'd either go same as Tyler, the 9, or a 9.5.
Okay.
It's between that range. I can't pinpoint, but it's around that range.
So if it's around that range, you mean 9.25?
Probably, yes.
Alright. So, yeah, I agree with what you said. The spots were phenomenal. This, that, the other. You've heard it from those guys. I'm not going to repeat it, because repeating's awful. But, yeah, my rating would probably have to be 9. It's fucking phenomenal. What can I say? But the last topic is gonna be, it's quite an interesting one actually, and I talked to Tyler about this beforehand. I briefly mentioned it to Luke, and it's just basically about an update on, personal stuff and the channel and this and that, because at the end of the day, sometimes we all get caught up in this bubble where we're just known as YouTubers. But at the end of the day, behind that bubble, there's a human being. There's a person. And the thing that I try to portray on this channel quite a lot is a personal connection. So you guys feel like you know the person behind TownNation, obviously me. Instead of just thinking, oh yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's TownNation. So yeah, that's sort of what we're going to do, especially me and Tyler. We've had quite a lot going on over the past couple of months. go on ahead to the Tyler Kellar Show for a full breakdown video on it, but I'll let him briefly mention things, so take it away.
Well, I have been working, with my job. I have been working a lot. So,
trust me, the man never stops.
When I tell you the last a month has been work, sleep, eat. Like it's basically doing a Paul Heyman. Work, eat, go back to work, eat, and then go home and sleep. And I'll play a little PlayStation, but man, I've never went to bed so early in my life here recently because I'm just working so much.
Yeah.
So that's that is like one thing you do not know about me. Like that has been consuming me a lot, but I'm trying to find more ways to do other stuff with YouTube and stuff like I did today. I ain't gonna lie, it's tough. But working has paid off because I, luckily 2 weeks ago, got a new car, so I'm so glad of that. Because one thing, it's so weird because when I, leave for the morning, I still see the Jeep, but I'm like, dang, I've got, a new car now, basically. 2017. It's just crazy to think that, it was a proud moment for me. But with all that being said of working and all this, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I just do not get to the YouTube stuff. Now, I'll stream randomly, with video games when I'm playing like a My League or stuff like that, as you guys notice if you're subscribed. But I'm going to try to, I said this quickly in my update video, I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 videos a week, maybe highlights of gaming or stuff like that I've already got, or recorded stuff, but I'm going to try to do at least 2 to 3 videos and then random streams. Now, of course, one of my big things was when I streamed was my universe mode. To be honest, I haven't done universe mode over 3 months, and honestly, yeah, it's big. 3 months with not doing universe mode. The longest I went was like 2 or 3 weeks without doing it, and that's because of personal stuff I've had. I don't know when that's going to be back, honestly, because I'm going to have to, it's still going to be on Fridays eventually. But I've been thinking on some stuff, but I'm not sure about that yet. But overall, that's just a little insight of it, because like Haydn said, you see the YouTuber and you see us on screen, doing our stuff, but you never get to see behind the person and, hear from the person all the time. And, that's all I did today. It's, after I get home, after work, I'm physically really tired. And I could edit some stuff. I could maybe record a video. I just, most of the time, I really don't feel like it. And that's one thing I want to strive to do better on. And, I can't wait to do that. But that's enough of me talking for this podcast. But there it is.
No, that's fine, dude. And it sounds like things are picking up. That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Yes, sir.
So, Luke, this could be interesting. Take it away.
Alright, well, compared to Tyler, I don't have that much to say, but with my YouTube channel, like currently at 196 subscribers, only 4 away from 200. I really would like to get there at least by the end of February. I'm pretty confident we can get there because the growth has been quite quick these past few days, and I've really I really appreciate all the support that my channel's got these past few days. In terms of my streams, like, I'm doing Universe Mode and The Walking Dead Telltale series a lot lately. Haven't been able to the past couple of days due to me recording a lot of my NXT TakeOver Chicago matches. So I can premiere it within probably a week or two. So yeah, I've been busy with that. It's been stressful because a lot of stuff hasn't been going the way I want to in matches, and that takes a while. And the past couple of days there's been some personal stuff going on. But I will be trying to get another stream probably tomorrow or today, as this podcast will be up. I will try and get back on the grind as soon as I can and try and get to 200 subscribers.
It's worth it.
It is.
It's worth it.
Oh, by the way, 9 subscribers away from 400.
Yeah, get into 400 subscribers. Get into that.
Yes, do so.
Deserves it.
But yeah, that's them two. With me, shit's gone down. Got a new job recently, January the 9th, so exactly a month ago, as we're recording. Got a new job. That's going very well. Streaming. Yeah, personal shit happened. As you know, if you've seen the video.
Yep.
And luckily, this big black bastard here is back. And the PS4 is back. That's how we're recording this, thankfully. And yeah, streams start tomorrow. So look forward to that. We've got 6 streams. Well, yeah, 7, because one's a premiere, so it's practically a stream. Which features 57 fucking matches inside a week.
Dear God.
Jesus.
Hell, I'm worried about even doing one damn show, and you're doing 50-something matches in a week.
You're mad.
What kind of madness is that, man?
So yeah, that's to look forward to.
It's gonna be a good week.
It's jumpy. Yeah, we're streaming every single day this upcoming week, so don't miss it. A lot of Universe Mode stuff is about to go down. As I said, 57 fucking matches coming your way. So if you're disappointed after any of them, get out of here. But that is about it, I think. Anything else from you guys?
Nah.
Hey, but I just want to leave with this message. I talk to Haydn on occasion about certain stuff, and some coworkers, but don't take. I normally don't do this like talking stuff, but take everything that you get. And everything, just be blessed with it and be grateful with it. I mean, that's because you never know when something bad's going to happen or it just all ends and everything. Just take it every day like it's, just like maybe your last day. Like, just take it into like granted and everything.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
But that is about it from us here today. So if you are on YouTube, let's go through this fucking thing. If you're on YouTube, make sure to officially like this video, show your support. Comment down below what you would like us to see discussed on the next episode of the TownNation Podcast. Go and subscribe to the Tyler Kellar Show. Go and subscribe to Cyberbro 2015. Both of their links are down in the description below. And then below the description is a big red box. If you click on that red box, I will be grateful that you have done so, because that means you've subscribed to my channel. So thanks for that, guys. If you're on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iTunes, any of that business, and make sure to give us a follow on those as well, and share it around on social media so other people know. All the support is greatly appreciated. We're proud to bring you this podcast on the likes of Spotify and iTunes and Stitcher and stuff like that. But that is about it from us. And until the next one, guys, we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yes, sir.
Peace.